Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this. When it comes to hiring the interim, do you think they made the right decision to, I think the interim's wrong, but when it comes to hiring the assistant, did they make the right decision to bring them in as opposed to going out and getting a big name coach? Fanda, we'll go to you first.
Well, I don't think interim is the wrong term because they put in the release, they put in the headline of their release that they've hired Josh Eilert as their interim head coach for the 2023-24 season. So that should tell you what their vision is in this process. The fact is, if you're looking at West Virginia's lens, they see Josh Eilert as a one-year option here in an attempt to try to keep as many of the roster pieces together. But you combine that with the fact that you're conducting a search on June 21st, June 22nd, June 23rd. There's no roadmap for this. There's no roadmap to conduct a coaching search at this stage of the year. Why limit your pool of candidates for the West Virginia head coaching job, which is a very good job in college basketball with NIL resources? You are the act in town. Okay, you've got a great brand. You compete in the best conference in college basketball. And I think that when you look at Ren Baker's viewpoint here as the athletic director, he had to make some phone calls to people that he was interested in. And based on reporting and based on what we've seen, there at least were a couple of, I built a roster over the last 2 months. I've been working tirelessly with my staff. I'm finally getting towards my vacation. I like the job, but due to all the circumstances right now, I'm about to do this, that, I got these plans. Can this wait 8 months? Can this wait 9 months? You know what? Let's do that. So I agree with the decision to have Eilert be the interim. I'm happy that he gets the opportunity. I wonder, T.O., if Ron Everhart just maybe didn't have the appetite for filling in his boss's shoes and taking that on in these circumstances. But you know what? I think this is the right move by West Virginia. With a job that good, why would you limit your pool of options for the long-term future? The best option for West Virginia's long-term program future was to wait until next April to find their permanent head coach.
Can I push back on that real quick before we go to UTO? The only counterpoint that, and I don't disagree. I'm just going to play devil's advocate here because I think that there's valid arguments on each side. But what I would say is this: if Josh Eilert gets West Virginia to like a 21-10 record. Yeah. Well, if he gets him to a 21-10 record, right? If he gets him into the NCAA tournament and he wins a game, like you're probably in a spot where you got to give him the job. And
a la Texas.
Yeah, a la Texas, a la Wichita State. And look, I love Rodney Terry. I think that he's going to do well there. But I think that Texas is also in a situation where they're saying like, if we had this job opening, Rodney Terry wouldn't be the guy that we wanted to hire. I think you can say the same thing about Wichita State and Isaac Brown. So you're just risking putting yourself in a situation where instead of having the interim for 1 year, if he has success, then you probably got him for another 3 on the end of that. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's kind of the only drawback is if you would have gone Everhart and he had a good year, you could have been like, well, it didn't work out at Duquesne. It didn't work out, elsewhere. So I think it's, what's the guy's name? How do you pronounce it?
Eilert.
Like, good for him. I mean, he's my age. He's been at it for a long time. He's been at that university for a long time. Good for him to get this opportunity. But you do kind of run into a situation where it could potentially be like, oh crap, we got to hire this guy and Andy Kennedy might want the job, or, oh crap, we got to hire this guy and Pat Kelsey wants this job. So it might take a little bit. We got to see how it plays out, obviously, but that's kind of the bad portion to all this, or not bad, but the kind of the situation you put yourself in just because of it. And I can understand some of these other guys not wanting this. Like Dusty May, like what? Think about him. Why would he leave FAU right now after he's been able to keep that roster? Yeah, to keep that roster together.
He can't leave. Dusty can't leave.
That's right. Well, that's the thing. Like, but if they would have offered it to him in April, Dusty could take those players with him. So then you're in a little bit different of a situation. So I think timing is everything. They're going to have their pick. NIL is great at West Virginia. There's a huge fan base. It's the only show in town. Like, Football's fine, but they love basketball in West Virginia. It's a heck of a job. I would say it's a borderline top 20 job, college basketball, just with all the recent additions to what they can do from an NIL perspective, the fan base, that, and the third, plus being in that league is huge.
Our partner for today's episode is Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 during the college basketball season, and I loved the impact that it had on my energy levels. I'm a big coffee in the morning guy, but by the time that the afternoon would hit, I needed another boost. AG1 helped me tremendously, especially on those days when I didn't want to get up off the couch and go hit the gym. Their tagline is AG1 is comprehensive health and the power of habit in one. And man, that could not be more true. It's nearly impossible to eat and drink in a healthy manner in the month of February and the month of March when you are in my business. And AG1 was exactly the supplement that I needed to improve my gut health and cover my nutritional basis for the day. I've continued that into April. I've continued that into May, and I'm going to continue that the rest of the summer. All I have to do is mix a scoop of AG1 with some water, or maybe add it into a smoothie, and I'm ready to go. Do it after lunch, and you'll be ready to go for the rest of the day. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/field68. That's field 68 FIELD, the number 6, the number 8, and you can get yours now. So check it out and help support this show. Thanks. Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.